Hello everyone, my name is Shiraz and that's the Volvo S90 and this is a gorgeous car, guys. I mean, it's beautiful. However, unlike some of its competitors, the design is not in your face. Instead, it's classy, it's understated. I mean, it's like one of those women who do not need makeup to enhance their beauty quotient. In fact, let me add here that the buyer of this car will have the money to buy a Merc or a BMW or an Audi or a Jaguar. However, he is that kind of a person who does not want to shout that, hey, I have the money. And in fact, he's someone who hates attention. Although I don't know how he would react when he realizes upon driving this car that it still does turn a lot of heads. In admiration, I believe, in respect, not in contempt or jealousy, envy, all of those things. So yeah, let me show you the boot and the rear seat as well, and then I'll get in the pilot seat and tell you all about the car. So this is the key. All right, and here is, see, I hope you can see this. Yo, it's a huge boot. And let me, so that's the spare saver. So if you press this, it will of course close the boot and lock the car. And if the key is inside by any chance, it will not even come down. Okay, so I don't want to lock the car right now. Let me now show to you the rear seat. This is how it looks. So the first thing that you'll notice is that the AC vents here, and of course they are here as well. Although, okay, the AC is switched off right now. Now it's on. See, touch control. All right, and okay. See, I am a short person. I am just 5'1". Okay, so of course I have kilometers of knee room here. However, even taller people, like someone who is 6 foot and above, would have enough leg room and knee room. Okay, and so yeah, space is not at all a constraint. Of course, it would not be. This is although they don't call it a long wheelbase car, but yeah, it's a pretty long car with a good amount of wheelbase. And so yeah, legroom is not a problem. I reckon the headroom should not be a problem as well. Okay, it should be adequate for someone who's 6 foot tall. And the seats are absolutely comfortable. Again, you would expect that. However, the seat, these scopes could have been a bit bigger, because see, the under thigh support is absolutely fine for me. Okay, but then taller people might find it a bit lacking. But then I will stick my neck out and say that even taller people would not have any issues as far as overall comfort is concerned. Okay, over longer journeys like 1,000-kilometer journeys, they would not have an issue. And you can access the boot from here. I would not waste time to open it. Maybe another video, another time. And why would you need that? Anyway, so it's there. Yeah, so that's the long and short of it. Let's get in the main seat and talk about the car more. Car key removed. Okay, now it's back. Okay, like the exterior, the interior is absolutely classy, understated. I mean, you have all the essentials. and you know, where you would expect them to be. And I thank Volvo for giving a proper physical, tactile you know, volume control. And if you have watched my other reviews, I'm not a fan of you know, touch controls for the AC. However, I would happily, you know, accept these. So what happens, you just, you know, that's one touch and it's simple. Okay, this is the blower speed, okay, and this is of course the temperature. And so right now this is throwing, you know, cold air you know, in this area. You can do this, you can do that, or you can just, you know, leave it on auto. And I'll do this. Okay, all right, so now let's drive the car and talk about it. So first things first, you know, when it comes to driving the car, you want to know about the performance. See, this is not a Polestar or a sports car. However, you at any point in time, you know, be it in city, be it, you know, while overtaking, you know, be it on highways, you would not feel any dearth in performance. I mean, see, you would not drive this car like this, but you should know that, you know, you have the power at your disposal always. Okay, you summon it and it just goes. Okay, it's not a fire breather, but then yes, it's entertaining, you know, to say the least. And you would not buy this car, you know, to drive spiritedly in you know, city, you know, within the confines of city. You would want to waft. Okay, and that it does beautifully. I've made you know, a separate video altogether about its cruising speed. For example, at 100 kilometers per hour, it is doing 1600 rpm. At 120 kilometers per hour, it is doing 2000 rpm. In fact, just a shade less than 2000 rpm. I mean, that's, you know, leisure cruising. So yes, and the insulation is brilliant. Long journeys in this would be beautiful. In fact, last year I took the S90 for a 1500 kilometer road trip and it was amazing. I mean, the car is effortless. This would be even better. I didn't have the time to do a road trip on this one, but then I reckon this would be even better than the S60. Of course, it has to be. Now let's talk about ride quality. Fantastic ride quality. The small bumps, okay, of course you would know when the road, when you have a rough patch, you would know that, okay, you know what, this is a bad road. However, it does not upset the car, and you know, it would not upset you, of course. In fact, even the sharp edges, okay, which you can't avoid, you know, while driving at, say, you know, those situations wherein you can't brake, so you have to you know, take them at a fair clip. The car feels it, but it does not let you know, let them go through, you know, go to you. Basically, it does not pass them on to you. So you feel bad for the car that, you know, that was a bad bump, okay, that was a bad edge, but it, you know, at no point does it throw you off. Okay, so ride quality is absolutely brilliant. The suspension is soft. Okay, let me mention that this has, of course, conventional suspension all around. However, on the rear it has air suspension as well. So you have like the normal dampers, and you have those, you know, air bags, not those airbags, those air you know, bags that complement you know, the regular dampers. However, unlike the XC90, which has air suspension front and rear, this has only at the rear. So what that does is, for example, and you can you know, like switch it off. So I mean, I see no reason why you would want to do that. I would recommend that you keep it on. So what that does is, for example, right now it's just me in the car, okay, and the car is, for example, driving like this, absolutely flat. Now if I have, you know, all the occupants inside, say for example, especially I have 100, you know, 100 kg plus passengers at the rear. So and you know, a car with conventional suspension only, you know, would bog down a bit, okay. It would ride like this. Air suspension, it would keep the ride height absolutely, you know, flat, okay. So that's the benefit of air suspension, and so I would recommend that you you know, keep it on. And in fact, before I talk about handling, let me just address one more thing. See, the ground clearance could be an issue. However, it's not actually the ground clearance itself that is an issue. The soft suspension could be, okay, I'll you know, explain with a situation. For example, you're approaching a speed hump, okay. If you allow, you know, if you take it, you know, with a fair bit of momentum, then once the front compresses, okay, and it rebounds, you run the risk of slightly, you know, touching the, it's a long car, like I said. So, you know, the underbelly, like, you know, this somewhere around this portion, okay, or the middle of the car, it can hit the bump. So and why I say that the ground clearance itself is not an issue. If the ground clearance was an issue, you would have had to take all the speed humps at an angle. You don't have to do the, you know, do that in this car. You can take them head on. The front bumper will not touch. However, you have to be gentle, okay. So the way is, you approach, you know, you of course slow down to almost like 0, 1, 2, you know, and then you take off your foot, you take your foot off the brake, gently, you know, cross it, and it will not touch anywhere at all. I can assure you of that, okay. So yes, you know, while crossing speed humps, slow down, just slow down, be careful. I repeat, you do not have to take them at an angle. You can, of course, you know, a cautious person would take them at an angle, but since my job is to test, I, you know, took them head on and it did not touch anywhere, okay. Now handling, okay, good that we are approaching this. See, the body composure is nice, okay. There is a bit of roll, okay, and that's for some people, it, you know, it may sound surprising for such a low slung car, but it should not be surprising, because like I said, that the suspension is soft. The emphasis is on ride quality, okay. And still, you know, the body composure is absolutely nice. You know, but then see, you would not want to, this is not you know, a corner cover, and it's not supposed to be. Like I said, it's not a track car. It's not supposed to handle, you know, like a Polestar. And you know, like I said, that you would drive it, you know, gracefully, you would waft, and that it does absolutely fine. The steering also has you know, 2 settings. One is essentially firm, okay, and the other one, see, steering feel firm, which, you know, which I have right now. Most would want to keep it, you know, at the softer setting in the city. However, I recommend that, you know, on highways, you you know, keep it firm, as it gives you, you know, more confidence. And speaking about confidence, let me tell you that even if you, like I've done right now, I've switched off all the you know, ADAS, all the driving aids, okay. However, this car is a mother. I mean, you know, if you are a prick who is not talking to your mother, and if you are in a sticky situation, your mother will intervene, and this is exactly what this does, okay. If it senses that, you know, that you can get into a collision, it will, you know, intervene, and it will do that corrective action. For example, if it senses that, you know, you will hit the car next to you, it will correct, despite, you know, every electronic aid, you know, you've switched it off, so it will correct that. So you know, you cannot turn the, you know, safety aids completely off, although you would think that you have turned them off. And So yeah, you know, that is how things are. This is perhaps the safest you know, vehicle, one of the safest vehicles that you can buy for, you know, for yourself and your family. And yeah, I think that's the long and short of it. What else? We've talked about performance, we've talked about ride and handling. Okay, the verdict. See, like I said initially, this is, you know, a smart, educated person's luxury car. Okay, someone who wants the best but does not want to flaunt it. However, like I said, that, you know, I was not expecting this to turn as many heads like it did. And so yeah, there is ample amount of feel good factor. There's, you know, all the luxury amenities you can you know, ask for at this price, they're all there. And I if I had this kind of money, there's somewhere around 81 lakh on road Delhi, I would buy this in the blink of an eye. Now, I have not driven the XC60, okay, and see, like I said, you know, that was a big bump. Okay, the car took it and it did not make me uncomfortable. Okay, and of course you feel bad for the car, but then, you know, the car's job is to keep you comfortable, and that's what it did. Okay, so I was saying that I haven't driven the XC60. That cost almost the same, 80 lakh something, almost the pricing is identical. So the only reason for not buying this car would be that, you know, you were buying the XC60 because of the increased ground clearance, and I do not know, you know, what all features of this car you do not get in that. But then yeah, that is something that we'll see when you know, I'll drive the XC60. As of now, I see no reason for you to not buy this car. This is a brilliant car, does everything phenomenally well, and yeah, it looks great too. So that was my review of the Volvo S90. Guys, if you have any questions, please put down in the comment section below, and you know, I'll answer them individually. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Please hit that like button, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.